You ever notice how people say they want to change their lives and then immediately open another app, another tab, another video, just to take a quick break? And somehow that quick break stretches into nearly an hour. Suddenly, it's late. Tomorrow feels stressful before it even begins, and the future still looks suspiciously similar to yesterday. It's not that you don't care. In fact, you probably care a lot. You imagine becoming more disciplined, more skilled, more confident. You picture a version of yourself who reads regularly, exercises consistently, learns new things, maybe even builds something meaningful. But somehow, the starting line keeps moving further away. Your brain quietly convinces you that real change requires a huge surge of motivation, a dramatic reset where everything finally clicks into place. So you wait for the perfect moment. And while you're waiting, days quietly pass. Here's the surprising psychological truth. Most lives don't change because of massive breakthroughs. They change because of small, repeatable behaviors that barely feel important at the time. The brain doesn't transform through intensity. It transforms through repetition. And sometimes, the smallest consistent investment, just 20 minutes a day, can slowly redirect your entire future. The reason this works has less to do with productivity and more to do with how human psychology responds to effort, identity, and reward. And once you understand this, those 20 minutes stop feeling small. They start feeling powerful. Let's begin with the someday starter. This is the person who genuinely wants growth but lives in preparation mode. They plan endlessly, watch motivational content, and imagine the outcome vividly. But action keeps getting postponed. I'll start when work calms down. I need the right system first. Psychologically, this happens because the brain discounts future rewards. Immediate comfort feels more valuable than distant improvement. Starting a new habit feels like giving something up now for a reward that doesn't feel guaranteed. 20 minutes disrupts this mental negotiation. It lowers the perceived cost so much that resistance weakens. The brain no longer sees a major sacrifice, just a short experiment. And once you begin, momentum appears. Motivation often arrives after action, not before it. Then there's the overloaded achiever, the person who is always busy but rarely fulfilled. Their schedule is packed and every day feels reactive, driven by urgency rather than intention. They aren't avoiding growth. They simply feel they don't have time. But constant busyness can trap the brain in survival mode. When overwhelmed, your mind prioritizes tasks that provide immediate resolution, answering messages, finishing quick assignments, checking items off a list. Meanwhile, deeper activities like learning or reflection require sustained attention without instant payoff, so they keep getting delayed. A protected 20-minute ritual interrupts this loop. It becomes a fixed point in the day, a signal that not everything is urgent. Over time, you begin to experience control again, because one part of your day belongs entirely to you. Another profile is the all-or-nothing perfectionist. This person has painfully high standards. They don't want mediocre progress. They want meaningful results. 20 minutes feels insignificant, so they wait until they can commit fully. But perfectionism often masks a deeper fear, the fear of being a beginner. Psychologists call this ego protection. Waiting preserves the illusion of potential, while starting small exposes imperfection. A 20-minute practice lowers emotional stakes. Success becomes simply showing up. Removing pressure allows improvement to happen faster because the brain learns through repetition, not intensity. Skills grow quietly where mistakes feel safe enough to repeat and refine. Then there's the drifter, someone who doesn't feel overwhelmed or perfectionistic, just disconnected. Days blur together. Work ends, entertainment begins, sleep follows, and the cycle repeats. They consume endless content but feel empty afterward. Modern dopamine environments train the brain to expect constant novelty with minimal effort, making slower activities feel uncomfortable at first. A daily 20-minute creation window rewires this reward system. Writing, learning, building, or reflecting teaches the brain to associate satisfaction with effort instead of distraction. Gradually, focus improves and meaning starts to return. You stop feeling like life is just happening to you and start participating in it. But here's the twist most people never realize. The true power of 20 minutes isn't what you accomplish during that time. It's who you become because of it. Every repeated action sends a message to your brain about your identity. Humans naturally try to stay consistent with their self-image. If you repeatedly show up, your brain updates its internal story. You're no longer someone who wants to change. You're someone who does the work. And once identity shifts, behavior requires far less effort because it aligns with who you believe you are. This is why small habits compound invisibly. At first, progress feels slow and almost unnoticeable. But beneath the surface, confidence builds and self-trust grows. Each completed session becomes proof that you can rely on yourself. That belief changes decisions far beyond those 20 minutes. Weeks turn into months. Skills sharpen almost accidentally. The future stops feeling like a distant fantasy and starts feeling like a continuation of what you're already doing daily. One day, you realize the version of yourself you imagined isn't something you chased. It's something you practiced into existence. And here's something worth remembering as you close this video and return to your day. 20 minutes is small enough that your brain won't panic, but powerful enough that your future will notice. You don't need perfect discipline, endless motivation, or a completely new personality. You just need repetition. Quiet, ordinary repetition that slowly rewires what feels normal to you. One day you'll look back and realize the biggest shift wasn't the skill you learned or the habit you built, but the relationship you developed with yourself. You became someone who keeps promises, even small ones. And that subtle change, almost invisible at first, is often the moment your future truly begins to change. So pause and reflect for a moment. Which type felt closest to your experience? The someday starter waiting for the perfect beginning? The overloaded achiever trapped in urgency? The perfectionist waiting for ideal conditions? Or the drifter pulled along by distraction? Maybe parts of all of them live in you. The goal isn't to fix everything overnight. It's simply to claim a small piece of time and protect it fiercely. If tomorrow you had 20 uninterrupted minutes dedicated to your future, what would you do with them? Learn something new? Move your body? Write ideas you've been postponing? Sit quietly and think without interruption? That choice matters less than the consistency behind it. Because change rarely arrives as a dramatic moment. More often, it slips into your life quietly, built from small promises kept again and again. And maybe the real question isn't whether 20 minutes can change your future. Maybe the real question is, what happens if you never give those 20 minutes a chance? So think about it, and if this made you recognize a pattern in your own life, share which type you relate to most. Sometimes awareness is the first step. The next step is simply showing up tomorrow for 20 minutes that might not feel important today, but could mean everything later. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Hit the like button if this helped you.